Hey, welcome back everyone. Hope you're all good. Tonight we're going to be talking about Metallica again, and we're going to be talking about some of the stuff that we've got from the band over the years, and this is called From the Vault. So, hi guys, how you doing?
Hello, mate.
Good to see you. Right, so Gav's got the slides, so if you can bring some of those up, let's talk about Metallica From the Vaults and some of the stuff that we've got. So, I think, Jam, you've got some of the original 12 inches, etc., on Music Nations.
Yeah, see, that's my... I'm not a great actual collector, but these are just the records that I was into back in the day. This is the cover that I got my 12-inch of Creeping Death in. It happened to just be an old Masters of Puppets with a rip on the front, because I got it second for £1 back in a long, long time ago. And I played this to bits. As you can see there, the track listing is ridiculous. It had Am I Even Blitzkrieg on the second side, so I lived with that, and that was the cover that I had. So
wow,
that's the first one. I never saw that cover until it was in a box set I saw somewhere that we might see a bit later on. But yeah,
and there's loads of different coloured vinyls of these. Vinyl of these, which are official, which I never realised until I looked into this.
Yeah, well, I didn't know there were proper covers until I realised it. I just got mine snuck in an old master. But yeah, that's it. And then again, Man of the 12 Inches. They were a big thing back in the 80s, weren't they? Again, I love this because the B-side's got Bread Fan and the Prince on. I just adored those tracks. They so did it for me. I loved Harvester anyway, but this came out at the right time. I bought this when Injustice. We covered this off on another pod, but we covered it. It's just brilliant. Look, everything about that. Love it.
Looks great though, and you pay a pretty penny for one of those now.
I know. That's glad I actually got them. Now this is just. I just love this again. I remember getting it and it just being so absolutely brilliant. Help This, Crash Course in Brain Surgery, Small Hours and Last Caress, Green Hell, and it was so fast and so awesome, and it sounded so good. And EPs are a funny old thing, but this one it's just stuck with me forever, and I keep revisiting it. I've always gone back to it. Probably doesn't help Metallica when they bring out new records and they've got people like me sticking that on.
Playing stuff that wasn't theirs either.
Yeah, I know. But I just loved it, and what they did.
And you saw Diamond Head a few weeks ago, and they were playing some Metallica tunes, weren't they? Apparently,
they were great. And that sounds awful, but they were brilliant. And they went down an absolute storm at the Roundhouse. And then I got this. I picked this up. This is a reissue. I didn't buy this. I had CD of this back at the time.
Me too. Yeah.
This was, of course, you were listening again, 1990. 1998, 1998, around that time.
Yeah, I haven't got this one on vinyl.
So I had to get this on vinyl, even though it's just as you can see, it's a gorgeous package. It's lovely, and I love the tracks on this, all the covers. It's got the Garage Days Revisited, and it's got So What, Killing Time, and it's got the Motor Headache. It's got the Motorhead tracks on there, the covers from '95. Overkill, Damage Case, Stone Dead Forever, and Too Late, Too Late. I love the first record of this, which is Free Speech for the Dumb. It's electric. Every song that I'm reading out on there, I just love. It's one of those records where I don't skip a track.
Is Whiskey on the Jar on that one?
Yeah.
I absolutely adore their cover of Whiskey in the Jar. A lot of people hate it, but I think it's absolutely awesome.
No, I love it, and they're all on here, and that's why it's. I just revisit them. So for me, they are pretty much Metallica for me. That doesn't even touch the Master of Puppets or the Ride or their classic record. So it's got a great back catalogue, haven't they? It's just mad.
Yeah.
Great the way they stuck Jason out in the front on the picture as well.
Yeah.
It's
a very cool picture as well.
So we got Creeping Death Gold 12-inch.
Yeah, as I mentioned earlier, this was
actually what year was this from?
This was 2 years later. It's called the anniversary special anniversary edition, and I don't know if anyone can comment below what the anniversary was, other than 2 years. I assumed it was, you know, like a gold award and a certain amount, you know, sold, because that would make sense. But it doesn't give you any clues. It just says special anniversary edition. I remember getting it when it first came out because it's cool. So yeah, that's one of mine. I got the original one as well. This was one that I picked up at the same time. I think it came out after the original album came out.
Well, it must have done, because I've never seen this before.
Yeah, this is brilliant. I've always been really proud of this. It's got the hype sticker there, I don't know if you can see, which says it's basically on a double vinyl, which is 45 RPM, so like 212 inches, and it sounds so good. I think this is considered to be one of the best pressings, certainly from back in the day. Yeah. And instead of having the inner sleeve, it's got what it was on the inner sleeve as the gatefold. So that's really cool. And the usual merch sheet, and that poster as well inside. So it was a really, really cool package. I actually sent away for that sweatshirt, and I was so mortified that I had to cut up my merch sheet. I wrote to the record company to send me another one, and they did. So I've got 3 of them.
Fantastic.
There you go. Excellent.
And what they also sent me as well.
I think you're that mortified when you're 16 years old to cut up your merch sheet.
The great thing is they sent me this as well, which is a Music for Nations magazine, #2, which I don't know how rare that is, but I imagine it's pretty bloody rare.
I bet it is.
Yeah. And then, you know, so it's got all the other bands they had on the label as well. And I pulled out a Master of Puppets review from Sounds and a older merch sheet. Very old merch sheet. So yeah, that's a nice little collectible. Going through, I used to stash stuff inside records.
Yeah.
And so I keep finding some really cool stuff.
That's so the feds didn't catch him.
Talking of that, this is really cool. So I think I said on a previous episode, I had the 7-inch of one somewhere.
Yeah, you found it.
I couldn't find it. I found it, but what I've also found inside Master of Puppets is this poster. And you boys might remember this from my bedroom wall. It was a poster that they gave away with the single, not folded. So you basically got it from behind the counter.
I remember that.
It's double-sided. It's bloody brilliant. But doing a bit of research on Discogs for this is mega rare because it wasn't part of the packaging. You got it from a record shop when you bought it. This is worth between 100 and 150 quid.
Yeah.
So don't mind if I do, basically. And then actually another one from me, which I'll just big up, my final one. I love the packaging of this so much. It's a flight case, binge and purge. And it's so old school, it's got VHS inside.
Oh, wow.
Which will never be played.
But this is another Gav stack.
We need a nerd alert there, Gav.
Yeah, you're right. Let's do that for me. I'll take it on the chin.
Thank you.
Yeah, this is another thing I found stashed inside. This didn't come with a box set, but look at that.
Yeah, cool.
So it was tickets for sale for some kind of justice tour, sponsored by Kerrang Radio 1. I don't know how rare that is, but and Raw. Do you remember Raw?
Yeah.
That didn't last long, did it?
No, so I think that was a break off from the Kerrang folks, wasn't it? Some of them went over to Raw. But yeah, so that box set's lovely and surprisingly not worth much. You can pick these up for virtually nothing.
Okay.
But I love it. I think it's great.
Probably because it's VHS.
Exactly, yeah. They did re-release it as DVD later on. But actually, while we've got the screen, do you want to do?
Did you say that was a double-sided poster?
You what?
Did you say that was double-sided, that poster?
Yeah.
The previous one was, yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
Lovely.
So Gappy, I think you bought a couple of them on First Press, didn't you, when they came?
Yeah, I've got a few to show, but I've got no pictures, unfortunately. But the first one I've got is the Ride the Lightning.
Nice.
First press, and you can tell it's a first press because it's on the previous Music for Nations label.
Very cool.
And then, of course, I bought Master of Puppets when it came out, because I think I was the person actually to introduce everyone else to Metallica.
You were.
I wasn't. And you can certainly tell that. Well, you can't tell that's a first press, but you might be able to. You can't see all the scratches all over it, but it does play perfectly. And I played it just recently, and it was my go-to album in 1986, without a doubt. And then also on the first day of release, I bought this. I don't know. Does anyone know this album? Metallica and Justice for All. Never
heard of it.
Another fantastic first press. Bought it the day it came out in Oxford.
And that is worth a pretty penny now.
And we've done the podcast where we all were saying, "Where's the bass?" But we all love it anyway. It's absolutely amazing.
That's 80 quid plus.
There were no pictures, but I had to do that live.
Well, I've also got Ride the Lightning on the original. I bought this in a record shop. Those of you that have had anything to do with London back in the 80s, I bought this in a shop called Shades Records.
Yeah.
Your favourite record shop.
Which was, those that know, it was amazing. It was the best.
It was brilliant. And Metallica went there as well.
Yeah, as they all did.
Everybody went there, didn't they?
And Metallica, Poison. Yeah, so yeah, very famously. I'm not going to show the Unjustice. I've shown that. I've got that. I've got I've got all of those on vinyl. This one though, the black one's. You don't always see this one because people were buying CDs at this point. But what they did is actually sort of
Cool.
That's like the Black Sabbath label, isn't it?
Famous by Black Sabbath, yeah.
The Black Sabbath Vertigo thing going on, and it's double album as well.
I bet they love that.
Again, if you wanted to buy this, which is the first press that was bought the day week it came out, if you wanted to buy that, you'd be spending a fair penny on that.
Yeah, I bought the CD stupidly.
I have got that on first press as well, but I just didn't get that one out.
I've got a couple of 12 inches. I'm just going to show quickly a couple of these that I've got. They're so heavy.
Albums I bought on vinyl.
These things are so heavy. So these are the box sets. That's the latest one. The Metallica, the Black Album, and this is. These are just incredible.
Look at the way he caressed that.
Yeah, absolutely. It's so heavy. It's like
almost dropped it then.
Look, there's the book in there, and there's passes, and there's stuff from the tour, and on the back.
Amazing. They're really amazing.
They are incredible for the money.
We can assure you that nobody else here is jealous of those whatsoever.
I was looking at buying they've got the first 4 lecture albums for Dokken on Amazon at the moment.
Oh, you hate Dokken.
I do love Dokken. And I was oh God, that's so heavy. I was going to purchase. I was going to put it's £110, right? So you could probably pay another 50 or 60 quid for the Metallica one, but what you get is just amazing. Not just in terms of the media, the additional stuff that's in there, the posters, the book, everything. It's great value. So that's the black. I think I showed that Justice for All on a previous pod, so I'm not going to show you that one.
Let's have a look at the first one you got though, Dill. That's the one. Look at that.
Ride the Lightning. This is amazing as well. I absolutely love it. Again, it's all falling out. Just look at the book. It's incredible. It's just these are as good as you're gonna. You can pick this up for about £150, and if you've got 150 quid and you want to spend it on something that's going to hold its value,
you can still get that for 150 quid.
You sure do.
Eh?
I think you paid 150 quid for it. I don't think you can get it for 150
quid. Yeah, I think I paid 150 quid for it. But have a look on Amazon. I mean, you might. There are a few of these still around. The one that's you can't get hold of, the Master of Puppets, is just completely sold out. But here's Kill 'Em All as well. Again, this is it's like a workout lifting these bloody things out. They're amazing. I'm not going to go through all. I mean, it's just brilliant.
No, we've all seen the unboxing videos.
Yeah,
great things to own there.
I do send these guys an unboxing video.
Bloody awesome.
Each time we get one of these, but the Metallica stuff, they know how to do it, right? If you're a Metallica fan, you
on
just
their own label as well.
Well, that's it, Gapps. They've got the money and the know-how to pull it all together and own it, you know. And they were quite smart from the start as far as owning their rights and putting it on their own label and all that stuff and archiving everything.
So
that's how you do it.
But they're brilliant stuff. So I'd really, really, really encourage you to get that. One other thing I've not shown is a nice little program from. I think I bought this in Birmingham. But again, this is a nice little blue bit on the back. Look, you can just see that program from the black or Metallica, whatever it was.
Oh, it had such great hair back in the day.
Yeah, but it was great. Look at that. Look at the discography there. Awesome. Anyway, that's Metallica. Hope you enjoyed some of that stuff. I know there'll be other people that have got millions of more stuff than us.
Yeah, not necessarily deep collections there, but
no, exactly. They probably haven't got those from the day, but I'm sure they probably weren't there. To be fair, in some cases. But look, brilliant memories. So that's a lovely segue to Postie's Bean, and we haven't done that for a while. So I'm guessing we're going to need about 45 minutes just for Jamie's deliveries alone. So
don't panic, people. It won't be that long.
On that note, Jamie, we're going to
do one today.
What have you had in the last couple of weeks since we did our last one?
Well, I just got a couple here that I'd like to show. I went old school, popped in a record shop, and I picked up a couple of foreigner records there.
Oh, that's brilliant. Yeah. One of my favourite covers, that as well. It's one of the
such a great cover. That is hilarious. So I picked up that, which I need.
The Hypnosis cover, I believe.
Looks like it.
Yeah.
So a couple of foreigners, and I got a Journey. As I say, I do like my lighter end of the metal.
AOR.
Okay.
Yeah, love it.
There's a lot of foreigner on this group, though. To be fair, we all love a bit of foreigner.
I love a bit of foreigner.
Definitely.
Also, I managed to, we saw those just a short time ago. It's the first record by Stone Broken.
Well done, Joe.
They issued this a couple of years ago on a gold vinyl on Record Store Day. It's a really great album. This I really like. This is a 12-inch from
nice.
A Ghost 12-inch, and it's a cracking one. If you have Ghosts, then it's got some covers as only Ghost can do. So that's nice. That's well worth a listen. I like that.
We were like the one with Dave Grohl on drums.
Yes. Yeah.
He produced it.
He produced it. Yeah. Cool. Yeah.
It's really. I got it just because I didn't have it. I'm not that any of you guys would ever do that, but I didn't have this as a vinyl. I'm not a big fan, but it's really good. I love it.
I believe you're a Ghost completist now. Then, Jan, with that.
I haven't got any. I haven't got the singles. I haven't got the.
You haven't got Mariana Cross.
No, I'm not really a singles person. I have to keep getting up off. I'm too lazy. So that's pretty for me. I mean, I picked up a record at a gig, but that'll come on to. I'll bring that out in a minute. That's on the tour talks. But yeah, that's all I've had really, pretty much.
Gappy, what have you?
Very, very short today. The only thing I've picked up recently is this classic, album by Kiss. It's the second album by Kiss that I was introduced to after, the third after Mr. Gavin Metcalf introduced me to Kiss with Destroyer. Home taping kills music, but that's the only way I could listen to it. And then he got me into The Elder, which if you want to talk about The Elder with Kiss fans, don't bother, because I thought it was a brilliant album, but that album is absolutely fantastic. Listen to it again. Well, I put it on as soon as I got it, and every song on that album is brilliant. It's absolutely fantastic, that album. Really, really good.
I've got one just tiny little... That record... When it came out, we were going to see them in 1983 on the 23rd of October, I believe. It was my birthday on the 8th, and that record came out near the beginning of October. I needed it, and I really wanted it, and it was my mum was good. I said to have it for my birthday, and then it sounded like she wasn't getting it, so I was just about to get the bus on release day to go and get it. off to Wickham on a Saturday. And my mum said, "Why don't you wait till your birthday?" I said, "No, I really need this record. I really need this record." And she got in a huff and stormed up to my bedroom and said, "There's your record. It was going to be a nice surprise for you for your birthday."
Oh, that's brilliant, Jack. That's so good.
Giving me lick it up, and I was going, "Thank you so much."
At least she didn't make you get on the bus to Wickham to go and get it.
So leave the room. I need to play it. And so not to steal your thunder, but yeah, it's such a great record. It holds brilliant memories then.
And that was a good tour as well, wasn't it? The 83 was brilliant.
Yeah, lucky you. Well done.
That was the first gig weekend for me.
All you old boys from 1969 went to that one.
Yeah, it was great.
1970 boys didn't get to go to that one.
I would have still preferred them in makeup, but it was, at least they were on. At least it was a good album.
Yeah, don't forget that was the first picture we'd ever seen of Kiss without any fucking makeup on as well.
I wanted the record. Yeah, great record. Well done.
Okay, excellent. Gav, what have you had delivered?
Yeah, not much. This was Kings of Mercia. Do you remember we looked at that? It's got Steve Overland from FM singing.
Oh right, okay.
And the other little thing that made me stick my mitt into my pocket was it's got Simon Phillips on drums. So yeah, that kind of did the trick for old Gapp.
Is it good?
It is good. Yeah, I mean he doesn't. The drumming's not as free as I'd like him to be. I mean the guy is just a stone cold genius.
Absolutely.
It's brilliant, but it's
when was the record? When was it from though, Gav?
Recent, yeah.
Oh, the recent one.
Yeah, a couple of years ago. It's got a guy from Fate's Warning. I'm not a Fate's Warning fan, but it's his project.
Me either, but I've heard of them.
Yeah, Jim Mathias.
Don't know, but I've heard the name.
Yeah. But yeah, he does other kind of side projects as well. But he got Steve Overland in, so absolutely amazing voice, absolutely amazing drummer. There's my money, and yeah, it was decent price as well. So I got that, and then catching up on getting the Fish albums post Marillion. I've had them on CD obviously, but I haven't had them on vinyl for some reason. So yeah, that's the first one he did outside of Marillion, and it's absolutely.
Can you play that again, please, Gav? I haven't seen that.
It's Fish.
What's it called?
It's called Vigil in the Wilderness of Mirrors.
Oh yeah, I remember the title now.
Yeah, and so you've got he went with the same artist that Marillion had. Marillion went in a different, visual direction. So it's quite good to have the continuity. And of course, that guy, Mark Wilkinson, is the guy that's gone on to do Iron Maiden and Judas Priest album covers. So he's got a pretty good CV. And then just as Jam mentioned it, I've got a couple.
Again, though, is it any good?
Oh yeah, it's brilliant.
Is it it's worth getting? Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah. And for those with not looking at the telly,
I've got one on the left, but not the second one. You and Dill have both got that now. Then the Mary on a Cross.
Yeah, that's the recent one. Paul
second press. I've got a couple. Just I'm really lucky. I've got a nice second hand. So no heavy petting. Nice tune. First press as well. It's beautiful. Little bit of damage. Sorry.
UFO did them all the time, didn't they?
Yeah, it's nice. It's a good album. It's nice. I picked up Mr. Big as well. This is
I'm a bit jealous of that one.
Coming back on tour apparently. Nice in the cover as well. Which is
the first one.
If they do go on tour, I'll be there.
Yeah. This is beautiful.
Billy Sheehan, yes, please.
It is. So this is beautiful. This is so cool. We can actually do a podcast of this because it's even got the questions and answers.
No, we can't.
We could be brilliant. We could pretend to interview the band. It's amazing. And what's really cool?
This is cool.
We'd be taking ourselves back to 83, but this is actually a special radio interview disc, Atlantic Records. And on one side, you've got the questions and answers, and the other side, the answers only. So we could just we could do Angus and Brian doing the answers to the questions.
What does WRDU mean, then, Dill?
It's probably the radio station.
WRDW? What's that?
No idea. I did have a look. They don't exist anymore.
Yeah, probably an American radio station, isn't it?
Sounds like one, doesn't it?
Anyway, pick that one up from. What did I get?
I've got that. It's a great album. That is.
Yeah, it's nice. I like that
as well.
It's quite good fun.
Murray on bass.
Yep.
Pick this up from a record fair, brand new gatefold tenor with inners as well. It's really not. It's a lovely packaging. Bit of thunder, so that's quite cool. You can't beat that. go to your local record fair, guys. Some really good stuff out there. Definitely worth looking at.
We live in the sticks and don't have one.
Well, I got that for a tenner as well. This is now the interesting thing about this is Stevie Wright was on guitar because Malcolm was taking a break because he was having, well, I don't know if he went into Betty Ford or anything like that, but he had alcohol problems at that time, so took a little break from the tour. Blue Murder, Johnny Sykes, you can't see him on the back of that just because of the way I store it. That's quite cool. Sorry about this. FM.
Take 30 minutes.
That's nice first press with a hype sticker on as well, which is cool. Got this arrived beautiful live Dokken album with
live in Japan, lovely
double album, brilliant, and that's from
that'd be bloody brilliant.
It's amazing. Saw them 4 times on that tour. I'm just saying, supporting AC/DC, all of them in the arena. It's absolutely amazing.
So you probably saw them once because you're in the bar.
I saw them 4 times. We'll cover that on Tours Talk. Another Valwell.
Ooh,
that one.
For a £5. It's brilliant.
It's the second album, is it, Dylan?
Oh, here we go. Yeah, we were still going.
Bit of Def Leppard. That was in the HMV sale the other day. Kiss. This is the half-speed. Where's the nerd alert? There's one really cool thing on this. I don't know if that's on the original, but the eye's embossed on the
it's not embossed, but it is original with the lights.
Yeah, it's lovely that. The eye's embossed. That's brilliant. So
I don't think they're embossed on the original.
No, it's brilliant. The eyes are embossed. Def Leppard.
So what label's that one on? Sorry, I'm a bit of a nerd when it comes to Kiss. You're gonna have to show me the label on the Creatures of the Night.
Because it would have been on. Was that still Casablanca?
It was originally, so I'd like to see what the label is on that one.
I don't think there's just
would have been going across.
That one, yeah. I bid on that on eBay. Went for 38 quid on eBay. That one. Yeah.
Well, you'll be glad to know.
What did you pay for it?
In the 20s from my friendly local record.
I couldn't go up to that amount.
And then Breathe, and then finally the answer.
Breathe. Here we go. Oh.
From Northern Ireland, this is Picture Disc, new album. It's definitely worth a buy. These are a great band, actually. I've seen them about 5 times as well, supporting AC/DC, funnily enough. But they're a good band. 4 times, I think, in the UK. I don't know if they supported them in Europe when I was there. I can't remember. So it takes us to Tour Talk. We've been to a couple of gigs over the last 2 or 3 weeks. So let's start off with our resident gig guru, Jam. What have you been to see?
Well, I'll just slip in my. I went to see it Enter Shikari. They were the download Pilot 2021 headliners, if you'll recall. Enter Shikari. They're quite a new band, but I love them. I've got a massive soft spot for them. Their new record's out soon. Saw them at the brand new 2,000 capacity venue in Tottenham Court Road called Here at the Outernet. It was amazing. So an amazing venue. Go to it if you get a chance.
Whereabouts is that?
Where the Astoria was. Actually, very sorry. You know the new building that's gone on? It's there 4 stories underneath, right by Denmark Street, right by the guitar.
Oh, that's Charing Cross Road, not
4 stories underneath.
Road.
Yeah, sorry, it's on the corner. Yeah,
down from the old marquee, well, the new marquee.
Jamo, can you go back to that, please? 4 stories underneath.
That's what it says. You have to go down a few stairs. It's under the ground.
Wow. That sounds brilliant.
It's very new, very awesome, and the sounds, obviously, the sound system, the lights, everything was just brilliant. I didn't think it'd be 2,000 people it holds. It was a sellout, but it was packed, and I thought, oh, new regulations, it'll probably be really empty. No, it was heaving, and it was a brilliant atmosphere. The sound was just great. So yeah, really great place. I'd recommend go there if you can. And then Gappy, we went to another one. Can you fill the guys in on that one? Those Damn Crows.
Those Damn Crows, yeah. We went to see them at in Kingston, didn't we? At the Prism. Yeah. Sorry about that. We went to see them at the Prism in Kingston, a venue I hadn't been to before. You'd been to it before, though, Jam, haven't you? So, had you seen there before?
They have a link. Loads of different people. They have a link with the Banquet Records. The Kingston.
That's right. Yeah, it was. Yeah. So it's basically the Banquet Records venue.
Yeah.
And we saw Those Damn Crows there. They played Swansea Arena, I think, the previous Friday or Saturday, in front of about 13,000 people, and we saw them in front of about 250. It was amazing.
I've been about 3,500 to 4,000 at Swansea Arena. I may be wrong.
I was bigging it up a little bit, but
which is fine. Oh, great!
Still to come on in that state, and it was a really, really, really good gig, wasn't it? It was a bit quiet, which was strange. A bit quiet, but the sound was great, and it was an excellent gig. We really enjoyed it.
And that's the night after, because it was a surprise gig. We saw Hayseed Dixie the night before.
We saw Hayseed Dixie
the night before with the Hot Damn.
With the Hot Damn, there you go. There's a T-shirt. What a fantastic band. But the thing is about the Hot Damn is that anyone who's been to the Oxford O2, especially in the last few weeks, will realise that the sound goes off quite often. In fact, the electricity goes off. So the Hot Damn had to play on acoustic guitars. And the drummer, the poor girl, actually had to play on pot noodle, empty pot noodle thing. But it was really good. One of those videos that I tried to put on our sister channel, Dill's Rock channel, but it was so quiet that we couldn't upload it. So it was
people talking were louder than the band.
Exactly, that's what you said. Right. I think me and Jamo are still the only two of us that have seen the Hot Damn, and we've seen them twice now, and they are really, really good. All female band, great fun. They wear a very, very bright coloured stuff, hence the T-shirt. They all wear flares, and they're a great fun band.
Cool, Gav.
Yeah, just keeping it short, but most obviously, we recently went to see Wasp. And also, as Jamie would be showing off, South of Salem, which was an absolutely perfect pairing for Wasp. I thought when they announced it, I thought that's so good, that's perfect, and it was great. You know, only issue was the price of the merch, 40 quid for a T-shirt.
Yeah, but, 40 quid for a support band T-shirt, not good.
Lots of reasons why they have to do that, and I'm sure it's not South of Salem's. You know. It's not what they wanted to do, but they would have definitely had a sale if it wasn't 40 quid from me. But anyway, they were great. There it is. You know, that's a nice thing to have.
Mm. Yeah, we all met them after the gig, and it was fantastic.
Really,
yeah, bless them. They did really well.
Fantastic guys from Bournemouth.
Yeah, but you know, I'll leave the other guys to talk about Wasp.
Okay. Well, me and Gav went to see Phil Campbell and the Bastard Sons, Mike Monroe, and Black Star Riders. Don't think we covered that before, have we?
We did. Yeah.
Oh, did we? Well, we went to see them. So apologies. And me and Jam last night went to see.
This is the one.
Shifty. And
poor old Gav's got COVID, so he couldn't go. I couldn't go because of some family emergency. But these two blokes went to see him last night.
And Diamatrona, that's the fourth time I've seen them already in, what month are we in? 3 months, which is amazing.
3 months, yeah.
Again, if you're looking to buy one of these on Discogs, the one that Jam's got is going, the cheapest one's €150 at the moment. He's got the lovely orange red vinyl. And these are one for the future, as we've already mentioned, and done a podcast on these guys before, so keep a lookout for them. It was a good night, Jam, wasn't it, last night?
Yeah, no, it's really good. It's at Scala, King's Cross Scala, which I love. It's a cracking venue.
That's good, because we're all going to see Massive Wagons there in a couple of weeks.
Exactly.
Yeah,
it's a great venue. As we were leaving last night, there was a lady, having a go at the layout of the venue.
Really?
I might have mentioned, I don't think they considered the metal gig scenario back when they built it in the 1922 or something. Her reply, which I loved, was, well, they bloody well should have, shouldn't they? it was hilarious.
What was she complaining about?
The layout, because there were lots of stairs. And
it's weird. It's bizarre. It's an odd venue.
Yes, but it's a fantastic building. Yeah. It's lovely.
Yeah, I've seen the struts there as well. It's a nice venue.
It's been there as well, Gav.
And it's really handy.
Been there yet, then?
Sorry.
It's handy for mainline stations because it's literally
it's right outside King's Cross, isn't it?
You could spit to King's Cross.
Yeah, it's great. It's just on the corner and it's perfect.
Yeah, it's amazing, which is really good. And yet we went to see Wasp, so there you go. It's the 40th anniversary pick from Wasp, which was cool, and we had a great time. What we can remember of it. I think what we can also say is that Camden is definitely rock again. So We went to the Black Heart and gave a few of our happy pounds to keep that lovely venue going beforehand. And then did a couple of pubs after that, which was great. But a good night had by all. So that brings pretty much tour to a close. We've got some gigs coming up over the course of the next few weeks. As Gapp has already said, we've got Massive Wagons in April.
15th, Monday.
We've got Dear Matrona again in May with our first headline gig in London. And then we've got some big gigs coming up in June and July. So a bit of Metallica going on at Download.
Don't forget to mention Blackberry Smoke on this Saturday.
We've got Blackberry Smoke this Saturday, which I'm absolutely... And do you know what? We've had tickets for that for 3 years. This is the longest I've ever had a ticket for anything. So I'm absolutely buzzing for that. It'd be great. And then we've got Iron Maiden coming up in later, and then Def Leppard, Motley Crue, and also Kiss as well. So some good stuff to report back on. So if you want to hear about all of this, keep subscribing, looking at our podcast. We'll give you an update. We'll give you an honest view of what's going on. Find us on Facebook on Tales from the PowerAge, online at www.talesfromthepowerage.com. And if you want to buy some merch from San Francisco, redbubble.com merchandise.
Most of it's
not all from San Francisco, don't worry. Some of the posters.
I actually quite like the thought of that. It's great that it all comes from
T-shirts and hoodies come in about 2 days. It's amazing.
Anyway, at least some stuff comes from San Francisco. So if you want to go, listen, it's been great talking to you all, guys. See you next time. Take care. Bye.
Cheers, Dale.
Cheers. Bye bye.